Hello, this is Reverend Dore Jacques Patlian from Awakened Heart Ministries, teaching the science of mind from Sarasota, Florida, USA. You recall last week we talked about the two greatest words in the universe. We talked about how the Romans used them to build the greatest empire on earth, lasted almost 1,000 years. We told you how Napoleon used it to try to create the first United States of Europe, which was his aim. We told you how the United States of America used them to spread from the thin bunch of colonies on the eastern seaboard of North America all the way to the Pacific, and later to become the greatest power on earth. But all of these great countries and great civilizations forgot how to use these two words. They began to quarrel among themselves. They began to have doubts. They began to question who they were. And when that happened, it wasn't long before they fell. I'm seeing signs of this in my beloved country, but I think it's still time to stop it. We'll certainly do our best to do so. We don't want to follow Rome into the dustbin of history. But the main point today is to teach you these two words. What are they? What are these two magic words? The words that the Greeks called the logos, the very key of life. Jesus knew them and used them. Moses knew them. In fact, he's the one that discovered them. What are they? The words are, you ready? I am. And their first cousins, it is, I will, all the forms of the verb to be. You see, when you say, I am, you are taking ownership of a particular reality or condition in your life. I am sick. I'm taking ownership of being sick. I'm agreeing to be sick. I am poor. I'm taking ownership of poverty. I'm agreeing to have it. I'm invoking the very name of God to have it. Because you see, God's name is I am. When Moses went up on Sinai and asked God, what is your name? God replied, I am that I am. He didn't say my name is Sam or Fred or Jehovah or anything else. He said, my name is I am that I am. In other words, I'm all there is. That is the name of God. When you say I am, you are invoking the very name of God. And when you do, you're using the greatest power in the universe. The Greeks understood this. The Romans understood it. Many people in modern times have understood it. Science of Mind understands it very well. What is meant by taking the Lord's name in vain? That's the second commandment, isn't it? Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. What does that mean? We've always thought it meant don't curse when using the Lord's name. And indeed, that's not a very good idea, is it? What's really meant is don't use the name of the Lord, I am, for anything that you don't want in your life. Don't use it in vain. Don't use it for something that is harmful or hurtful or is of no use to you. Use it for things of good report. Use it for things that give joy, that give peace, give abundance to you and all those around you. Use the word I am. Remember, that's a very powerful, powerful tool. The most powerful in the universe. You speak the I am, you get what you speak. Back pressed down and overflowing. Regardless of whether it's for good or for ill. Makes no difference. Remember, God operates by law, not by caprice or anger or emotion. God neither rewards nor punishes. God simply gives back to you what you think, what you speak, and what you choose. And whenever you use the word I am, or it is, or it will be, now that's a really, really powerful one, because you're forecasting your own future. You're not only creating your present, you're impregnating your future too. These words have all the power in the universe in them. But be very careful when you say, I'm poor. Be very careful when you say, I'm broke, or I'm sick, or I'm worthless. Never say that. Because you see, God never says yes or no. God says, right you are. I am wealthy. Right you are. I am poor. Right you are. I'm sick. Right you are. Get out the Kleenex, because you're going to be sick. That word has tremendous power. You see, it's not God that makes these things come true. It's you. Those words create your reality by sending those powerful thoughts said in the name of God into the mind of God, which then returns them to you, pressed down and overflowing. Talk more about that next week when we talk about how to use these two words properly. What are the rules for its use? How to use them to transform your life? And what to say when you talk to yourself. We all talk to ourselves. We all chatter in our minds all the time. And you know, that's one of the most important things that creates our life. We're going to talk about that next week. So be sure to tune in. Probably going to be 3 or 4 days. We'll have another podcast out. Watch for it. Until then, I want you to walk in the light and the love of God in everything that you say, everything that you speak, that you think, and everything that you choose. Watch how you use the word I am. See you next week. God bless. This is Reverend Dore Jacques Fatland saying so long.